Creator burnout is probably one of the biggest problems that we experience. We're gonna talk with you guys about how you can overcome that if you're feeling that here. If you don't know Grant, you totally should, from the King of Random on YouTube. Tell us a little bit about what you do on YouTube and how you got started in the very beginning.
So I've been doing YouTube for about 7 years. I was working as an airline pilot for quite a long time. I had a really good position of seniority and I was interested in just how the world worked. So I got into ripping microwaves apart, taking apart electronics and learning about light bulbs and just random things. And in the process, figured out how to make projects and reinvent society using household materials.
Now you are the Lord of the Flies.
So I started putting videos up on YouTube of how to start fires using your water bottle and how to make, you know, rocket motors out of sugar and stump remover and random things like that. Random things.
Random thing. You became the king of random.
So this channel exploded. You know, now we're a little over 9 million subscribers. It's on its way to 10 and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. That's wild. It never occurred to me that YouTube could be a job at the time. And I was just making these videos for fun in my spare time while working for the airlines. But then at that time, YouTube started rolling out this partner, like a YouTube partner feature where you could actually start making AdSense or monetizing your videos, which didn't really mean anything to me because I wasn't in it to make money. But then once I started realizing, you know, I got my first payment for a month's worth of videos that I put out. I think I made $2.98. And when I saw that money hit my bank account, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is real. I didn't put any money into this. This was a free platform. I just invested some time and I made $2.98. What if I made hundreds of videos and I had millions of people watching my videos? I could potentially like make a lot of revenue, far more than I was making even at the airline.
Where was your channel at when you started feeling like you were starting to bump into like some issues?
You know how hard it is to work on a video, put it out there and nobody watches it? And I felt that same struggle. So not in addition to making the videos and coming up with the projects and ideas, I was also trying to market myself and find ways to get these videos pushed. So we're talking like 12 to 18 hour days of just trying to get content out there.
7 days a week?
7 days a week, in addition to a full-time job and a family. Not to mention I had a business in real estate, so I had properties that I managed and a hard money lending business. But I would say probably after about 2 years of grinding away 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, you know, I was getting bags under my eyes were bloodshot, I was getting mentally fatigued, just really tired. But I just had to keep going to keep the momentum up.
What kind of kept you going through that? Why didn't you just stop after a few months?
Success. Success was what kept me going because I had this thing, like my channel did start exploding, it did start growing. I was appearing on television shows like Dr. Oz and Good Morning America, and people were subscribing to the channel in droves. And so I kind of had this feeling like, okay, this wave is good, I'm gonna ride it as long as I can, so I'm just gonna keep pounding out content, I'm gonna keep working hard, and then when it slows down, I'll take a break. But the thing is, it never really slowed down. It just kept gaining momentum, kept getting bigger. People wanted more content, more frequently, and all of a sudden I was like carrying this huge burden because I was waiting for a break and it was never coming. It was actually just accelerating. So
what was going on around the time when you felt like you were done?
That's actually when I met Tim. That was CVX Live. I don't remember what year that was,
a few years ago.
15 or 2016. Long story short, I was still grinding away at my content, putting in the best quality and passion I could into these videos. The problem is it just took so long to make these videos, and so the comments became very negative. Like, we want more videos, you know, why don't you produce more content? And so I took it really personally because I was working my heart out, I was sacrificing so much in my life, my kids didn't have enough time with their dad because I was making these videos, and then all the comments, you know, I wasn't good enough for them either. So I kind of hit this crisis point where I can't please anybody, and so I just wanted to stop. I just wanted to quit YouTube despite all the success, despite all the revenue, despite having made all these goals. Like, I was just so physically and mentally drained. I just wanted to be done. I had nothing to lose, and since I quit making videos, my passion didn't quit. I still wanted to experiment with things, but rather than putting 150 hours into producing a video in a way that I thought was really professional, I literally just grabbed my handy cam, ran out into the backyard and did some experiments and threw them up on YouTube. And I would have considered that like such a slacker, lazy way of doing it, except the video I put up got 6 million views.
Yeah, which is more than you were getting at the time.
I was getting like 400,000 on my other videos. So the next day I went out and filmed something else that took literally like 2 hours to produce, start to finish, and that got another 6 million views. And I was producing a video every day and just doing it, you know, I didn't want to say I was doing poor quality videos. I just got rid of all the expectations and everything that was weighing me down. Because part of my story that I didn't mention was I wrote down a list of everything that I was frustrated about in life. You know, not enough time with my kids, not enough people watching my videos, too many complaints, and I don't have time to expand my mind, I don't have time to finish my hobbies. And then I drew a line, and on the other side of the line, I put the opposites of all those things. Like, I want more time with my kids, and I want time to think and expand my mind, and I want, and basically I looked at all the things that I did want, and the only way to do that was if I was gonna make videos and just kind of let the quality go, per se. But when I started doing that, the results actually took off on YouTube, so then I got back into the YouTube game in kind of like a whole different way. Because I was so protective of like trying to show the perfection. Like all my videos, I just wanted everything to be perfect. Yeah. But I had people in the comments wanting to see fails, wanting to see the process, and at that time I had nothing to lose, so I thought, let me just do an experiment or two.
So you just kind of let go.
Yeah, I let go, and then the data came back telling me like, hey Grant, it's actually better when you're not perfect.
Oh,
your videos are performing better. And so that was a wake-up call to me. It's like I was killing myself doing something that I didn't have to be doing for an expectation that wasn't really realistic.
That sounds like a life lesson, not just a YouTube lesson.
So where we're at today, basically that was a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and we've produced like another 300 videos since then. And we put out a video almost every single day now. We still follow that style very similarly. We have made it more of a process now. But then still I got to the point where I realized I couldn't take any time off. Like all my employees, by this point I'd hired employees, systematized,
you started using the word we instead of I when I just asked you that. Yeah.
That's true. Because I changed my style, I actually had something where I could bring people in to help me edit it, whereas previous style was almost impossible to do that. So I'd put together a team and they wanted time off, and when I realized I couldn't have time off, that's when I realized I needed to go the next step further to systematize it to where the business was working for me, not me working for the business. Yeah. So this last year, I've built processes, systems, and 6 months ago, I actually stepped out of my videos and brought in a new host, which was one of the most risky things to do because this was like my baby that I built, and now I'm giving it a new face, and I don't know if it's gonna work. But I did everything in my power to ease the transition, and actually the channel is doing just as good, if not better now than it ever has been. I'm getting refreshed, I'm reading audiobooks, I'm going for walks, spending time with my family, so I really feel like I've got my life back now, and I've got a system that I can work on and quantify and make tweaks to and just actually make a lot better because I'm actually separated from it.
Do you have like 1 or 2 books you recommend?
It's funny, it's like all the books that you recommended for me. Like #1 was the E-Myth, talking about how to build systems and processes, or at least the ideas behind it. I had to build the systems, but it just gets you thinking that direction. And primal branding, I think, was a really great one. Just, you have to have a connection with your audience. They have to have a reason to follow you. And I also realized it didn't have to be me personally they were following. I could build a brand that they could follow. Yeah. And outside of that, Good to Great, finding level 5 leaders was a fantastic book as well.
This is something I go through as well, through different seasons. And so I love learning from you, Grant, so thank you for your advice. And the rest of you guys, what has helped you get through burnout on your channel? I want to hear from you guys in the comments below and learn from each other. It's all encouraging and support each other. Check out Grant's channel, link to it in the description below. It is youtube.com/thekingofrandom. And thanks for hanging out, guys. Subscribe, new videos every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and we'll see you guys then. Bye.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Some of the most important things that you can do is, first of all, really define clearly what your purpose is. Like, why do you want to do YouTube? What is it about you or your passion or your message that's going to make you want to share this for the next 5 to 10 years?